One of the more requested machines from you guys for me to build and optimize is an automated cobblestone farm. You may remember my older videos about a manual cobblestone farm designed for stuff like skyblock servers or generally public servers where TNT duping is not possible, or you are somehow forced to do that for whatever reason. But a lot of you play on vanilla, either in single player or with other people on a vanilla server, and wanted to produce cobblestone very quickly. You may have seen some very incredible farms that can produce, I don't know, 2 million cobblestone per hour. However, the issue is the efficiency of such farms is determined by items per lag they cause. So this thing is not so great if you just look at the raw number of 120,000 cobblestone per hour that this produces. However, when you compare this to other farms, it causes way less lag. And if you stack multiple of these, you can, at least in my testing, beat any other farm in terms of production before your server just starts dying, or maybe when you're single player world. I optimize this for servers, so on single player there might be differences. So let's compare this to another very efficient farm that I could find in the technical archive. This one was made by Just Luke. It's already a massive simplification of a lot of existing farms. It doesn't use some sort of blast chamber with tons of pistons. It just uses a similar layout. It's slightly higher, I think it's like 9 blocks tall instead of the 7 here. And what it does is it only pushes each cobblestone block once. Some of them actually doesn't even push once, like here on the outside. I'm not sure why. Seems like a bit of an efficiency loss, but whatever. He posted 4 of these in a set, but I only needed 1 for this demonstration, so I cut it out. This means we have about 1 piston triggering and pushing of, I don't know, 9 blocks, or approximately 9 blocks of cobblestone produced. Some farms have 5, 10, even 50 pushes of 1 cobblestone block before it gets blown up. That's so much unnecessary lag. Yeah, sure, you can have less losses, for example. You can see here slightly less of the cobblestone items get caught up and thrown into lava or destroyed by the explosion itself. But that still isn't enough. Even though this design is very lag friendly, it uses rails and it detects the falling TNT. It even aligns it with this water stream thing. It's still not enough. One issue here is it's triggering a piston at the top and here at the bottom that doesn't need to be there, and triggering pistons causes a lot of lag, contrary to popular belief. Redstone dust is not the most laggiest component, it's probably pistons pushing blocks. You can see the idea is still pretty similar. That's why I say it's such a great design and so efficient. However, it kind of pales in comparison to the simplicity of just this. There are no pistons needed. This is simply a 7-block tall cube. You can see it uses the same layout. I sadly found this one out much later after I built this, so I didn't know this was already discovered, so I went through the pain of trying out like 20 different layouts at least. This gap here for the water columns isn't necessary actually. I just did it because I made it out of glass for the demonstration. You can just use cobblestone and you can see it's not getting blown up, which might make it cheaper. Here at the bottom uses a similar amount of obsidian. It uses a less gap for the water, but I'm not 100% sure if you build it that way, because I had to cut this into 1/4 of the original, because for some reason Just Look posted 4 of these next to each other. I don't understand why. What's the advantage of doing that? Other than maybe having a nice buzzword of how much it produces. Of course, you can maybe figure out some slightly different design where you even use some of this water to fuel this funnel, but I was just lazy. Obviously, one hopper isn't enough. One hopper can only process 9,000 items per hour, so you will need 10 at least to get 90k, and then, I don't know, maybe 5 more so you can be safe, so it never overflows. It's just because I'm using carpet mode to measure drop rates and so on, and I'm on the prototype next gen CMP server. This lava here is obviously all just source blocks for lava, so each of these has to be manually placed, for example with a bucket. You can just have one lava here at the top. It's maybe a slight disadvantage for this kind of design, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. This ends for me at Y level 30, and if we go up, the TNT duper is at Y level 107, so 77 blocks higher, at least from where I am standing. So if you want to build that, just build the bottom, add 77 to the height, and there you can build the dupers. The reason why I'm not using the water stream thing, sure, it can make this drop a little less, but it's just unnecessary complexity. Why bother? The clock is slightly more efficient, so it uses a short pulse, that way it doesn't need to have the triggering of an extra piston. And yes, even this many repeaters being triggered, it doesn't cause more lag than the piston being triggered. It's also a little bit more optimized when it uses node blocks. I'm not sure why that one used a trapdoor. It also doesn't have the unnecessary water. It aligns the TNT pretty well enough for what it needs to. I'll just do a pass from all sides. This piston here isn't necessary, this is just so you can easily stop and start it. You don't need a switch at the bottom, so if you have a lot of these next to each other, you just need to trigger them at the top. I think that's probably all there is to say about this machine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it, subscribe for more such videos and of many other games which will come, not just Minecraft. I also cover things like GTA, Battlefield. I will probably cover some more. I hope you are not too angry with me being absent for such a long time. I simply didn't have the time to make these videos. I have a real life, and real life comes with a lot of downsides, like not being able to make videos for you each day. I'll try and make as many of them as possible. At least this summer you can expect a bunch of them. I'll also focus more on making machines very simple so anyone can use it, because I think that's one of the most important things we can do as technical Minecraft players, is not just beat each other at making farms, machines, and having this sort of elitist idea of, yeah, we are great, we make machines just for us, but also apply our technology to things other people might want to build. So I'll also not just show you the ultimate designs, but also some really simplified ones that are still very powerful, like this thing. This thing is one of the rare cases where a super simple design is actually almost perfect. I have not found a better design than this in terms of protection for a lag. They might be out there. Same with all of the claims I make in these videos. They are mostly from what I could figure out and find. I have not seen all videos about Minecraft ever. I am not in all Discords. I can try a bit, but that's all I can do. I'm not some sort of AI that spans the world. I'm just a regular human. So, thank you again for watching, and have a good day.